REN TV coverage of the 2013 IRMI Energy Risk and Insurance Conference is sponsored by WebCE. Mike Miller here reporting for World Risk and Insurance News. New technologies in fracking were near the top of the list of topics discussed at the IRMI Energy Conference in Houston. Here are some of the highlights.
The most unique challenges facing risk managers in the energy sector today are the technology changes, as well as the advent and proliferation of hydraulic fracturing. That's been a game changer for the risk profile of every oil and gas company. How they deal with industry, how they deal with individuals, landholders, because of some of the fervor around fracking. It's created a different dichotomy with respect to the risk profile.
The industry is going through a phase of great development and new technology. Hydraulic fracking is obviously a relatively new technique, and that's causing a lot of concern amongst insurers.
People have been doing this for a long, long time. It's just turned, it's quite different, literally turned. It's now going horizontally instead of vertically, so it's creating a scare in the market. And with underwriters being concerned about everything these days, they're looking to find risk in this that concerns them at their levels.
Well, the insurance industry by its very nature is always one step behind. The clients will develop the new technology, the new processes, the new areas, and then look to their insurers to help them with insuring these new developments in areas. So you necessarily end up just behind, but hopefully keeping up with the technology to understand the risk so you can write the warning.
The people risk at some of these large frac jobs, I think, is very significant because there can be, I think, up to 80 people at a job site, for example, in large frac jobs. And the fact that contracts shift a lot of that exposure to one party, being the owner-operator of the well, is something that operators really need to think about. Do they carry high enough liability limits in the event of a catastrophe?
The process uses an enormous amount of water that's inevitably contaminated, and the disposal of that, once it comes back to the surface, is a concern for the insurance industry.
Here in Texas with the Eagle Ford shale play, that gets a lot of attention, hydraulic fracturing. I think one of the risks that I urge our E&P and contracting clients to take careful analysis of is latent or gradual seepage pollution.
When they are fracking, they are using chemical markers or identifiers that this is our frac fluid. They will test water wells in the surrounding areas. Sometimes they will actually drill monitoring wells surrounding where they're going to be drilling and fracking. And so they're taking proactive steps even beyond what the regulators are requiring, and in fact sometimes they are in advance of the regulators. So I think that's a good sign, and maybe people don't understand how hard the industry is working.
For more of the interviews featured in this report, visit the REN TV On Demand library.